I was going to go greasy, but no one else has any context to that, do they?
No, because I've never seen a sausage roll.
Yeah.
I've never seen greasy.
But if you see a Reese eating anything that's greasy, you, by law, actually have to go greasy.
Are we recording?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we're recording.
That's a good start to the episode.
Great start to the episode.
Sorry, Meg's just making new legislation. New legislation there to start the pod. So if you didn't hear that correctly, if you know a Reese and they are eating some kind of greased up food, fish and chips, party pie, sausage rolls, just go, greasy, Reesey.
Yep.
And then that's the law.
Yep, that's the law. If you don't, I hear the punishment is death by grease.
Oh.
Yeah.
What would that even mean?
I don't know. I guess it's like they like dump a bucket of grease.
They just rub your head along a Macca's floor.
Yeah.
They're just like, yeah, you're the mop tonight.
You're gonna get a staph infection.
Yeah. A what?
A staph infection.
What's staph?
It's a type of bacteria.
Oh.
It's a microorganism.
I hate how much science is on
you
this
know what?
podcast.
Let's spin the wheel and then I need to get into this shit, okay? Can I spin the wheel?
Yes.
Okay, quickly, it's Mother's Day on the weekend. So depending on your mum, turn up, wind down. Luke, I feel like yours would more so be...
Mum likes a tea.
Yeah. But she does like a dance as well.
On special occasions. But I would say Mother's Day, yeah, that is a special occasion.
Yeah, it's a special occasion.
I've never seen her once throw down on a D floor on Mother's Day though.
Nah, I took her to Revs last week, so...
I reckon my mum will be hoping for a wind down. What about your mum?
I reckon it'll be like a mixture, but probably she could go either way, so I don't think she would mind.
All right, we'll spin the wheel. I guess it's up to you what you wanted this weekend relative to your mum.
Why do we have who created Mother's Day?
Like companies, so we buy shit probably.
Really?
I assume so.
I want to know when the first Mother's Day is. Anyway,
spinning the wheel in 3, 2, 1. Will it be a turn up or wind down?
A little bit of a slower spin that you did as well.
We're turning up for Mother's Day.
Here we are turning up. Let's go.
Dually.
Woohoo.
Sharon is not gonna be ready for that.
Mother's getting wild. We are going to the footy actually on Saturday with your mum, so
That'll be fun.
that'll be fun.
Hopefully Melbourne can turn up. That's why I go for on the footy.
Isn't it Hawthorn as well?
Yeah, but I don't go for Hawthorn.
Yeah,
I don't
but
want Hawthorn to win.
Does your brother go for
And
Hawthorn?
my brother and dad go for Hawthorn, and
Yep.
my mum and I go for Melbourne. The family split 50-50 and it's the big derby.
Why does your mum go for Melbourne?
Her mum goes for Melbourne.
Oh,
And my grandma.
oh,
Yeah.
that's
And then because I was the second child, dad was probably more into footy than mum. So Jack, who's the oldest, he came out first and he got given Hawthorn.
yeah.
And I came out second and I got given Melbourne. I had a rough childhood until recently.
This is so fucked up, but the way that my family worked was so my sister being the oldest, my dad was like, I'm going to get her into the Swans team, my first child. And so just was like swans. But my sister is quite rebellious and probably at the age of like 5, she was like, nah.
I'm not like the other girls.
I'm going to go for Port Adelaide.
That's such a bad decision.
Such a bad decision.
Is that because they won that year?
I'm pretty sure, and I kid you not, she looked on somewhere that Port Adelaide was the most hated team or like the most disliked team at the time. And she was like, I'm going to go for that one.
That's such
because it just pissed off dad
That's
and
so
everyone
angsty.
around her. Yeah. She got kicked out of her friend's house one time.
Why?
Because she went for Port Adelaide.
Okay, that's child abuse.
That's what I said. I was like, babes, there's something not right with that. But anyway, my brother then went for Melbourne. So dad's like, oh my God, I've lost my kids. And then I pop out and dad's like, Meg, I will get you literally anything that you want from the shops if it's Sydney Swans themed. And I was like, fuck oath. So I just bought out the whole shop and he was like, let's go. Got one of them. But I hate them this year.
You really brushed over way too quickly that Port Adelaide is statistically the most emo team to go for in the AFL.
I mean, it's just a fact, isn't it?
Their anthem should be like "Welcome to the Black Parade." Like they come out and the stadium just goes completely black, and everyone puts on their eyeliner and it goes. Dun, dun, dun.
I think I would go for them then. Yeah. It would probably
come out to the marching drums.
Coerce me to go for them a little bit more. Okay, what was the question that I asked before again? I've totally forgotten.
The origins of Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah, origin of Mother's Day. When did that shit come up?
So it was around 1858.
1858?
Yes.
Was it during the gold rush?
No, but started in America.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. But it says that we celebrated Mother's Day here for the first time in 1910.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, sorry, I started the podcast off in a very odd way.
That's okay. Thanks. I think you're doing great.
Oh my God.
Can I just say,
yeah.
And this is pretty out of pocket, Reese, block your ears.
Don't say it about my titties.
No, you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I just didn't want him to
think you were gay.
Yeah. There's nothing more homosexual than calling your girlfriend beautiful around the boys.
So gay.
No, I just thought it might be a HR issue. I'm flirting in the workplace. I think you look
I'm
great.
HR and I approve this message.
Perfect.
Yeah, first thing you say to me is, oh my God, you're really dressed up for the podcast today. And I was like, I dress up every week. But he was like, oh, yeah.
I wear trackies every week.
I just realized you hadn't changed out of the clothes that you were wearing before.
Why would I?
I don't know. I love it.
woke up, saw this on the floor, put it on, and
I woke up like this.
I didn't. I woke up semi-nude with boxers on because now we all know what I wear to bed.
Yes.
I then put on clothes after my shower. What did you do this morning, Reese? Did you put on clothes?
Yes.
I can confirm he is currently wearing clothes.
Oh, yeah, Reese isn't sitting there.
Weird if I wasn't.
Yeah. Sorry for audio listeners. He's not nude in the corner. That would have been a weird train ride here.
Now, Luke,
have you ever been nude in public?
No.
Ah, good.
Have you?
Yeah. Have you?
Not fully nude. Oh. No. I mean, I've got changed at the beach before.
Is that being nude though? Because you're not like, I'm assuming what you did when you got changed is you didn't just go, whoop, all of everything off on a complete public beach.
I pee a lot in public, but that's not nude. That's just my willy.
Yeah.
I don't go behind a tree and pull down my pants like I'm in primary school.
I'm so jealous of guys that you're just able to go like, oh yeah, I'm just going to quickly go around the corner and whip it out, because girls can't just pop a squat in the middle of a laneway.
You see a tree and go, that's nature. I see a sanitary place to take a leak.
I mean, I've done it once before.
Did it go everywhere? Doesn't it just...
No, remember, because I've never peed in public. I've got a deep fear of going to the toilet in public doing anything, right?
Oh, okay.
Let alone pissing behind an alley. There was one time in Sydney that I was literally going to burst. So it was either I piss my pants or I do it behind the back alley. And I needed encouragement from Luke. I needed some support. So I was like, can you come around the corner with me so I'm not alone? And he was like, sure. So I go around the corner and I do my thing, get the pants off, pop the squat, and finally Luke realised why we just don't do it everywhere.
Yeah, I thought girls kind of had more of a consistent stream than I had imagined. The pee kind of just falls out.
Yeah, dude.
It's like gravity just takes runs its course.
Yeah.
And there's no like aim. I mean, I wasn't watching. I was just
you can hear it.
Audio.
It's like a fire
wise,
hose.
it sounded like someone just like tipped like a bucket of water onto the ground really quickly. Because like I will like pee for a duration of time. Like I'll be like, I'll often say the sentence, I'm peeing, like in the process. Girls will just pee and then it will be done.
Well, actually don't take it quite from me, just because I got told that I've got the pelvic floor of a 40-year-old female with 3 kids. So, it's probably just me.
That's kind of a roast by your doctor.
Oh, she roasts me all the time, but I love it because it's like no other doctor's going to do that.
Nice heart, Meg. Does it come in beating too fast all the time? Yes, it does. Burn, and then they high five.
Yeah, basically.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, and obviously this is like all alleged and all like just satire and performance, but save like you were to like make up a location where this pee might have taken place. Right in the middle of King's Cross in Sydney, which is like the CBD night district.
I just figured if there's any place that isn't going to mind you taking a whiz, it's there because the whole place is just one big toilet.
Yes.
So
yeah.
it's like, may as well do
if
it
a
here.
suburb was a urinal,
That would be it.
That would be it.
That would be it.
But welcome back to the pod. Probably should have just said that earlier.
Yeah.
Never welcomed people, but you're listening now. This week was pretty good for me personally.
What'd you do?
I went to see Jimmy Carr.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was good. I have no stories about it, but it was really fun.
That's good.
Yeah.
I for the first time ever, I sleepwalked and ate a crumpet.
I remember this.
I don't really know how to describe what happened, but I unconsciously got up, went to the kitchen, got a cold crumpet out of the fridge, put peanut butter on it, which I don't usually eat peanut butter. And then I woke up in my bed about 3/4 way through the crumpet.
Can I tell that story from my perspective?
Yes.
I did not know Meg was asleep because we were communicating. I walked in and you kind of seemed restless and I was like, hey, are you all good? And then you said the word hungry. And I went, okay. Would you like something to eat? I could get you something. And I was like, oh, maybe like a crumpet because I knew we had crumpets in the fridge.
Yeah.
Right, because they'd already been opened. All right, I don't want to hear it. Why do you keep crumpets in the fridge? They were open and it keeps them fresher.
It does keep them fresher.
All right. I heard that's why they're always on sale. You don't have the bit about the crumpets being on sale.
Yeah.
That's why, because they just go off too quick.
Yeah.
So if you're paying full price for crumpets, you're just an idiot.
I completely agree.
But yeah, so I was like, you're hungry? You were like, no, don't worry. And I was like, okay. And then you kind of went back to sleep. And then this is how I maybe suspected that there was something up. You never get up straight away. If you wake up, it will take you like ages to get out of bed. You go, do a big stretch, whatever. You just went and sat up like really quickly, and it was like alarming, and I was laying next to you, and then you just walked out of bed like a robot and then went straight to the fridge, and I was like, oh my God, there's something wrong with it. So I like ran. Isn't that fucked that my girlfriend gets out of bed within 3 seconds and I was like, something's up. Like that's fucked up. And then I run out after you and you're in the dark standing next to the fridge holding the crumpets. You look like just like a ghost.
Did I have 2 crumpets?
Well, like you're holding the packet and then you must have grabbed one out, and I was like, do you want to, I can make it for you. Go back to bed. And you're like, what? Crumpet?
I was talking.
Yes, you were communicating with me. And then I was like, all right, well, good luck. And I just walked, because that's the kind of boyfriend I am. I was like,
fine, let her make the crumpet.
I asked twice. She shrugged me off, and I was like, well, I've done my duty of care. And then I just was like, good luck, Godspeed. But the whole time, I think you are conscious, not sleepwalking, because your eyes are open and you're talking to me.
I don't remember it. But I do somewhat remember some of it, but being insatiably hungry.
Yeah, but
and that's it.
Then you came back to bed eating an uncooked crumpet out the fridge, and I just went, ugh. When you smell peanut butter and you're not eating it?
Yeah.
Peanut butter's a pretty nasty scent.
Yeah. That's why I don't usually eat it.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, don't bring the peanut butter into the bed. It stinks. And then you just didn't react, and I was like, did you cook that? And you went, I'm like, did you cook the crumpet? And you went, And you kept eating it, and you're like, And it's like you were looking at it there's something wrong with this crumpet. While I'm going, did you cook it? And then I just was like, whatever. I put my headphones back on, just kept on. I was on my phone. And then just 3 minutes later, you just go, oh, I'm up. I'm up. And then you went, why am I holding a crumpet? And I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean why you're holding a crumpet?
And then because I was
We're talking about this crumpet for like 6 minutes.
And this happens all the time. So usually if I ever wake up from like a period where I've been sleep talking or having like a night terror or something like that, if I ever wake up from it, even though I'm like aware and alert, I'm super confused. And so for some reason, my brain tries to play it off. So I just kept eating the crumpet. And then it wasn't until the next day that I was like, why did I keep eating that crumpet? I knew that it was just weird. I've never had that happen. I've slept walked before and I've like, gone walkabout and stuff, but I've never actually eaten food. I've never made food or eaten it.
Yeah, I've never slept anything. Like I just sleep.
Talked.
Yeah, but I don't move. I'm a pretty stationary sleeper.
That's fair.
I'm usually kind of like I pick my spot for the evening and I'm there till I wake up.
But anyway, I just thought that was weird. Hasn't happened yet again.
I lost a sausage roll the other day.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Then I found it in the microwave, which is where I put it.
Yeah, it was concerning because before checking the microwave, you checked the drawers, the fridge, and the cupboard before the microwave.
Because I cooked them in the oven. So I was like, why the fuck would they be in the microwave? Because I already cooked them.
We're fucked. What is wrong with us?
Like Meg walks into the room and I'm standing there like just lost, staring at the roof, and Meg's like, what's wrong? What's happened? And I was like, I've lost my sausage rolls. I was like, have you seen 5 sausage rolls anywhere? She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I put sausage rolls in the oven, I got them out, and now I've lost them.
And so he just starts checking all the drawers, checking the fridge, checks the freezer just to make sure he didn't put them back in the freezer with the box of them. Then he checks the pantry.
Well, because I got tomato sauce out the pantry, so I was like, oh, maybe in a state of not thinking, I thought that I must have switched the tomato sauce with the sausage rolls and then closed the door.
I'm laughing, but I've done this too many times to count. There's been so many times where I have, it's usually with like household items, like my car keys or I don't know, like my phone something important, and I will put it back in a drawer or a fridge or somewhere.
For the sake of everyone around us, and Reese will back me on this, can we please get one of those bowls at the front door that's for our car keys every single time? And I mean every single time I go to leave the house, I have to allow 5 to 10 minutes before I leave to find my fucking keys, because Meg always drives my car and then she'll just like walk in, and she's that person who walks in the house with like stuff in hands, and she'll just fling the keys onto the first surface that she makes eye contact with.
Yeah.
Yep. Or like a beanbag, and then sometimes she'll like just then fling her coat on top of it, or she'll put the keys in the pocket, fling the item of clothing with the keys in it somewhere. Yeah. Sometimes the keys are in the wash.
Okay, fine, I'll get a thing.
And then we put the little in the bowl, because isn't that what normal people do? What do grown-ups do?
No.
Does your family have a key
Yeah, we
bowl?
got one. Yeah. No, we got like a thing near our door.
Like
have you got a hook?
Yeah, we got like the hooks, yeah.
Oh, see, the hooks are better than a bowl.
Bowls are fun. You still get to the thing of throwing it in.
Oh, I guess it's like a game each time.
All right, do we need to put like one of those mini like Lakers basketball nets over the bowl so Meg can then go Kobe?
Yes.
But this is also a problem when we're on tour.
Well, that's not gonna.
Yeah, there's the amount of times we've almost missed shows because 40 minutes of the morning is spent looking for the keys so we can drive to the next town.
Yep.
That happens pretty regularly.
Yeah, I usually put it kind of like what I do with the keys here. If I put it in a cupboard and stuff, I'll just throw them in my bag and go pop, and then forget about them.
Now, are you going to like endeavor to change your ways?
Absolutely. I'm endeavoring constantly. However,
doesn't feel like it.
Well, it always happens when I'm not thinking. And so now I just try to make a more conscious effort to put the keys on the bench. I'm like, no matter where I am, put the keys on the bench.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm a hero. Anyway.
Well done.
You know what else I want to improve on? I keep saying like. I'm very bad at it. I always go, yeah, so like, and I always say like. Yeah. It's so annoying. So I've been really trying hard to make a conscious effort.
Most white girls get a pass on. Yeah, most white girls get a pass on like and literally.
Yeah, but it just ruins things. And even though I can't stop doing it, when I listen back to old podcasts and stuff, it is so infuriating.
I'm guilty of it. I watch my stand-up back.
Yeah, but I think that's because of me.
I do arm a lot, which is kind of normal.
No, arms normal.
Yeah, but it's annoying because it's weird that your brain just wants to fill that space with a noise instead of nothing.
I just realized why we say it's a brain fart. It's your brain literally farting, isn't it? Because you can do high-pitched ones. You go, You could do wet ones, like if you were like...
You can't do a wet
That's a wet
It just sounded like a wet cum.
No, a wet cum would be...
You just went... Would it be like that?
My mum watches this podcast.
Oh, I forget. That sucks. That's on you, Janet. Do you reckon she's proud of you? Don't answer that.
Lukey, bring us back. What were you saying about Mother's Day?
Yeah, we had the big Mother's Day bash, and by Mother's Day bash, we had a Woolies cake and chicken for dinner. It was awesome. And
that wasn't for Mother's Day. That was for Mum's birthday.
Birthday. I'm getting the things confused.
My God.
Yeah, how many days does my mum want? Got her birthday, the other one. No, it's because they fall usually quite close to each other. And we're talking about, well, I don't even know. Oh, Dad was kind of roasting me at the table and was like, yeah, you know, like every kid has a dream job. When you ask like a 5-year-old, like, what do you want to do when you grow up? And everyone usually has the same answer. Mm-hmm. And I always, I've said this, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
I thought my one was like Legoland or chocolate taster. And Dad goes, yeah, sometimes. But the main one used to say was you wanted to be the Donut King. And I was like,
it's not, I want to work at Donut King. I
want to be the king.
To be the Donut King.
Which I don't really know when I was like 6 or 7 how I thought that would be paid. Like if that's like a salary or if is that like more of an ambassador role for the franchise? Like I'm the guy, like, like there's a donut with a crown.
Yeah.
I don't know if I wanted to be that donut with the crown or if I like just pictured myself with the crown, maybe holding a donut being like, I'm the Donut King. I
have no idea what you were thinking in that moment. I guess you were smarter, I reckon, than an average kid. So maybe you were like,
are you sure? Because when I grew up, I want to be the Donut King. No adults are like, he's pretty bright. That kid is well ahead of his years.
He is going to be a star one day.
Yeah, I had aspirations.
Maybe you were like thinking, I'm going to be the Donut King, that you were just going to transform yourself into a donut and own this multi-million-dollar company. Maybe you were thinking about money, Luke.
I don't know. I think I maybe thought I had some kind of like bloodline in some donut monarchy, and maybe I thought I got born a little donut prince.
That's a bit cute.
Yeah. What did you want to be again? Oh, the mermaid. We've already talked about this.
I wanted to be a mermaid princess, which at the time, even I was like, I'm never going to be a mermaid princess, am I? But then I think it was like 7 years after that, it's a legitimate job now. You can literally get paid to be a mermaid princess. I'm just saying, everyone, if you have a dream,
don't verbalize it to your parents. That would be our advice.
Yeah, don't
keep it to your fucking self because it probably doesn't exist and you're probably an idiot.
Yeah, but you could create it. Mermaid princesses literally exist now.
Okay, well, I don't think there's still a Donut King.
But we could make one.
Like, do you reckon the CEO of the franchise refers to himself as the Donut King? By the way, for overseas listeners, I don't even know.
Time it in. I need to see this.
I don't even know if it's like I assume it's like, is it an American franchise? I don't know. Or is it a weird Australian franchise?
Okay. If there is a Donut King, like the Donut King, do you think it works the same as like the monarchy? Like if he dies, then his firstborn son gets it?
Yeah, I don't know.
So maybe you need to affiliate.
That's a word.
Assimilate. No, assimilate. That's the word that I'm looking for. Assimilate yourself into the Donut King group. So
It's not how like
no, we're gonna do it like Macbeth. I reckon it's gonna be like Macbeth, right? You become best friends with the Donut King. You stab him.
but you stab him in the side because if you stab him through the middle, whoop, not going to hit anything. Because he's a donut.
That took my brain way too long to get.
Yeah, it concerned me. It's concerning to watch. Like the cogs turn.
That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm like your audience, just nothing there.
Meg's got the that TikTok IQ.
I got that tick-a-talk brain. Anyway, I'm just saying I reckon you can work your way up and just kill off the family members until you become the Donut King.
Is that what Macbeth is about?
Basically.
Yes, I didn't actually.
I'm pretty sure it becomes besties with the king.
I
It's
didn't
not
read
like
it.
that, but yeah, he just goes like all stabby, and the king's like, oh, if I die, then you're gonna be my next person.
Romeo and Juliet, I beat Fire Red on the school laptops. Pokemon, I caught them all, beat the Elite Four. And then Macbeth, I remember I moved on to some of the other generations and started playing Emerald and Ruby.
Yeah, right.
That's literally how I know Shakespeare, is what Pokemon game I was playing at the time. And then during Much Ado About Nothing, I went on to like the DS ones, like Gold and Silver. So I don't know anything about Shakespeare, but I caught a lot of Pokemon.
Well, I wanted to excel myself in class, and one day I was like, hey, teacher, can I be all of the characters today?
You volunteered to read it all.
It was awesome.
I don't think we would have got along in high school. Every time you tell me a story from high school, like involving like a decision you made or something you did,
Yeah.
I don't understand where this person's gone.
Yeah, but I brought transgender and gay rights to the schools, so
That's great.
bit of
But
fun,
you also fucking banned junk food at the canteen.
that was an accident, Luke. That was an accident,
you
and
know
I
about
thought
this?
we've gotten past this.
I think I've heard you mention it before.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's fucked up.
You make
We have
one
potato
mistake.
cake rolls, man. I know it sounds gross because it fucking is. And they were delicious.
I was going through a period, okay, where I was very healthy, and the school was like, we're thinking of changing the things in the canteen from fried food to baked food.
And that's
And
when the
removing-
students needed to do a hard pushback going, fuck you, give us our greasy.
Yes. And so I went and I was like, I don't think you need to change the fryers. I was like, but it might be a good idea to add some fruit and some salads to the list. I didn't advocate for them removing the fryers. So they said in like the newspaper and stuff that I had helped to take this to change all of the menu items basically. And I was like, I did not do this. I was hated.
And it made the local
Hated.
newspaper. This nerd was local news because she wanted to eat fruit at recess. Bring your fruit from
It
home.
was salad. I didn't want the fruit, but I just wanted a salad.
If you want something
sometimes.
healthy, just lunch boxes exist. They sell them at Target.
I know, but I'm lazy. And I was like, I just want another option. If I'm lazy and I just want something at school. Anyway, we had this guy there called Potato Cake Pete.
I don't remember. I remember. It rings a bell. Weirdly.
Well, you just know him as the guy who at every lunchtime he'd just be in this crazy sweat, running around, literally throwing chicken salt from one side of the room to the other and going, chips, potato cakes.
Yeah.
And he quit. When
You took his one thing away from him. You never take a man from his fryer. That's what I always say.
they took away the potato cakes, and so he was like, oh, my name's not Potato Cake Pete anymore. So
He would have just gone home and been like, now I'm just Pete.
yeah.
And he would have, I bet he ran the logistics in his head. He would have been like, salad Pete. No, it doesn't work. What
He
about
gave it a couple weeks and then he left.
I'm healthy Pete? Oh, I'm nutritious Pete. And nothing would have clicked like Potato Cake Pete, Meg.
I know. So that's what I feel horrible about
I
it.
wonder what he's doing now. He's probably just frying alone at home. He's going, fries, potato cake, chips. His wife is probably his wife's probably left him.
One day I'm going to see Pete on the streets and he's just going to be like, potato cakes.
I hope to God he got a job at like a local fish and chip shop.
What if he started his own potato cake business?
there's no stores in the world, I'm going to say,
Yeah.
that sell just potato cakes.
No, obviously, like, it's got other shit, but like,
And other places call them potato scallops.
oh,
So
I
a
keep
few people have probably
forgetting.
been confused this whole time. Like, what kind of weird cakes is
A potato cake.
is Pete Guy baking? You got anything else? What's I'm reading the whiteboard here of just things, bits and bobs that we could discuss. What does reading on plane hack mean? Do you have a hack for reading on planes?
That says reclining. Otherwise, it would be reading. If you're not seeing the C and L
Yeah, right.
correctly.
I can't even read on a chair.
I saw this thing on TikTok, and it was this person like saying, "Oh, if the person in front of you on a plane reclines their seat back, just turn on your air conditioner that's directly above you on full blast and just blast it in their face."
That's funny.
Because they can't ask you to turn it off because that's your air conditioner and they're in your space.
Yeah. I don't even get why airlines have seats that can recline, because it's a system that only works if everyone reclines. But then there's people in the last row there against the wall. They don't have the option. No. So then they get screwed. So either way, someone loses.
Here's what I think. Anything under a 4-hour flight, you can't recline your seat no matter what.
No, you're a
just
piece of
shouldn't.
shit.
You're a piece of shit if you recline the seat, right?
And a lot of people go, I don't care. Most people's argument is, why have the feature? I agree. It's a dumb feature, but don't abuse it. Just because airlines are dumb, all right, be smarter than them.
Yes.
You think you're as dumb as Jetstar, are you? Don't be that way.
Don't be like that. But anything 4 hours and above, I say it's okay if the person behind you has reclined their seat, or if you ask them if you can recline your seat. And even when you do, don't go all the way back. I got stuck on the flight back from UK then to Hong Kong. There was this lady in front of me, and her seat was broken because no other person's was reclining this much. It was literally almost hitting my knees.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't even see the screen properly because it didn't come out like that. And I didn't know this hack, but I would have used it.
Meg was like pretty much could have used the woman's head as a plate.
Yeah.
Like when the lunch was served.
Yep.
You should have like just eaten off her forehead because that's how low she was. That would have been a better hack. Just like going, oh, sorry, if you can stay there.
Yeah.
But I will use your forehead to
As
cut my fucking steak on.
My steak. What flight are you going on that has steak?
What do we eat? Lamb. I don't know.
Nah.
We had some meat.
It was meat.
Oh, it's all
Mystery
mushy.
meat. Mushy meat.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's concerning.
That's my opinion.
That's a great hack. I think you should do it. I mean, international flights is a different ballgame. I was talking domestically earlier. International, do what you want. I don't care.
Yeah, look.
You can if someone like wants to sleep on an international flight and they're gonna do it in my space, I'm like, well, yeah, because you need to go into international flights going, this is gonna suck ass, especially
Unless
if you're
you're in
flying economy.
Yeah. Unless it's going to suck ass if you're like flying economy, no matter what.
I don't even think business is that much better, although I've never flown business international. We flew business like once domestically, didn't we? We got upgraded or something.
Yeah.
That's domestic sucks. Domestic business is a waste of money.
Yeah.
It's just a bigger chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm a skinny boy. I'm not caked up. I'm not like Pete. But I just think it's a waste of money because I just hate flying no matter what. Like it's you're sitting on the plane. The compressed air is probably the worst part of it. You feel drained and dirty at the end of like a long haul flight. Business doesn't change any of that. You just have a comfier chair.
No.
And you're kind of your own space.
You've got an entire recline.
But even like we flew premium economy to like the UK.
Yeah.
Then we flew economy back home with the exit row. I
so
liked
much better.
the exit row better.
So much better. Yeah. It was way better.
I was like, what are we paying for? Like, I don't know. It was fine.
Yeah.
At no one point was I like in premium economy like, geez, this is pretty luxurious. I'm on a plane with 400 other people still. It doesn't change that fact. I still
No,
haven't
it doesn't though.
Still haven't slept in 18 hours.
Yeah, but with business though, you get to fully recline. Like you get to put your feet up and completely go back flat, it would make so much of a difference.
But you're just paying for like a sleep. You're paying like 10 grand to sleep.
No, you're not, because you're also paying for any everything like additionally on that. Like you get better food, you get more drinks, like kind of like a never-ending flow.
I bought M&Ms on the plane with me. Lasted me the whole flight. It was awesome.
Yeah.
What more do you want? People are greedy.
No, I've got dreams, man. My absolute goal in life, and I will never achieve it, but it is a goal of mine. I really, really, really want to fly like a first class in Emirates. I really want.
Why? It's such a waste of money.
I know. I'm aware, but I really want to do it. It looks so good.
You like nice stuff. I don't.
I like nice stuff. I'm a kind of a simple gal at home. I'm like, get me a good bath, good shower, good bed, good beanbag.
Well, if I become the donut king, maybe that would be one of the perks.
Let's go.
But you're definitely not going to get that out of comedy.
Nah, that's why I said I'm never going to get there. But you know, one can dream. Like
Emirates, if you want to sponsor
king.
the pod, let us know. We'd be Meg would be interested. I'd be indifferent. No, I'd be pretty interested actually. For free, I'd be like, okay, now we're talking.
That's
you know?
nah.
But I could just think of better shit to spend my money on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do everything
Same.
in beers.
Oh,
Like when you're like,
Reese is like, sorry, for audio listeners, Reese just like very aggressively nods his head. Yes.
that's how most guys think.
In beers.
Right? Yeah, so like when you were like, oh my God, like it's $1,500 extra to do premium economy. I was like, oh my God, that's like 150 beers.
Is that actually how you think?
No, that would be sad. What do you want me to say? Yes.
Like beer form. So like, so what's like, have you got like a goal, like a holiday or like a money, not monetary, but like, you know, I want to go to the Maldives. I want to do this. I want to go jump off cliff. I don't know, like different, people have like kind of goals.
I want to jump off a cliff.
I mean, you already did that. You bungee jumped. I don't know.
That's such a different.
I don't know what people want to do.
I want to go to the Maldives. I want to fucking die. You know, what are your goals, Luke? Do you want to die? Do you want to have a luxury holiday? Pick one.
Yeah, pick one. Gosh, I don't know what's like, or is it just like I want to go to a really nice pub?
Most of my goals, kind of sadly, career goals at the moment.
No. I mean, like, take away the career goals. Like, what's just something you want to do in life? Like a bucket list. What's your bucket list?
I don't know. Well, our only goal outside of comedy is to buy a house at the moment, like personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
But
like I want to do
so I
want to do comedy in America, and like I want to do. But most of them, like the goals that I see myself doing the next 10 years, I'm like, I want to do stand up in whatever. I want to do stand up in thing because that's what I'd like to do in those places.
Yeah. Mine's pretty similar. I really want to do in New Zealand the bungee sling. Ooh.
Oh, the never swing thing?
No, yeah, well, so it's done through the same company, but basically like they put you in a harness, they pull you back, so like your head's first, like a slingshot. They pull you back like a slingshot, and then they release you and you just fly across a canyon.
I want to do that stuff along the way, but I don't.
No, obviously.
But I never set out, because in my head that's just like a mini cool thing along the main journey, which is like the main journey is like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I could like headline clubs in America, or like,
yeah, isn't that a bucket? That's
do
like
the Cellar in New York, or like, but I don't really care. Like then if I got to do bungee jumping along the way, I'd be like, oh, I have done bungee jumping, but you know what I mean? That other thing, I'd be like, oh, cool. It's like that weekend in Cairns when I went bungee jumping. I went up there to do some gigs, blah, blah, blah. And then as a byproduct, they were like, oh, we should go bungee jumping. I was like, that sounds cool while I'm here.
But you're never like, in my life, I want to go to Harry Potter World. I want to go stay in that really fuck off nice Star Wars hotel. Like a little stuff like that. You never.
I would like to go to Antarctica. I think that would be cool.
Oh yeah, that
as like
cool.
a once in a lifetime thing, like do one of those cruises down there, because it'd be like so different to anything
Yeah.
That would be cool. I don't know. Like,
Before the world drowns.
I think once I tick off, I'm a very person, like, once I do a thing, I'm like, okay, I've done that now. Like, even like, you know, my goal 2 years ago was like, wouldn't it be cool to like play theaters a lot? And now I do that. It's cool.
Yeah.
And that's great. I'm grateful. But it's now like no longer on the horizon. It's just like, all right, what's next? You just keep.
That is how
So
aspirations.
Sure. So once I maybe
work.
hit those other goals that I have,
Yeah.
like doing comedy in New York and blah, 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 maybe being in the UK for a bit. I don't know. Whatever the goals
Then
are.
you're like, then it's time for Harry Potter World.
Yeah, but it's like we got just, I don't know. I'm booked out for 2 years. I've looked at my calendar and I'm like, we don't have time for Harry Potter World. Like, I'm going to the UK next year, then maybe Canada and the Europe. I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows what's happening? Who
Um,
knows what's in the works?
So I don't know. I just look. It is sad though. I will admit it's sad. I'm too like focused on stand up and just my career because it's really sad. Did I tell you about this? It was what made me like have an existential crisis briefly.
Whoa.
Keelan and I were playing pool the other night in Frankston after I opened for Steve-O.
Where you have your midlife, well, you're not midlife, but
Oh yeah,
your crises, your
that's
life
where
crisis.
you should have a quarter life crisis. Is
Quarter
in a pool bar at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday night in Frankston.
Yeah.
And Keelan was like, you know, we're talking about stuff like to do with stand up and his work and then blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, so what have you been doing like, I don't know, like outside of work? And I was like, huh? He goes, what else has been going on? And I was like, it was Mum's birthday. He's like, yeah, but what's been going on with you? And I just like stopped and I thought about it for like a minute. And I was like, man, I have nothing going on outside of this. It was so sad.
That's so fucking sad.
I was like, I cannot name anything. I was like, I went to Bali and I was like, no, that was in October. That was 6 months ago.
Fuck our lives.
And I was like, I pretty excited about the new Star Wars update in Fortnite. I'm on that Darth Maul grind at the moment.
I was going to say that's one of your goals is to get the Darth Maul skin in
That
Fortnite.
is one of my goals at the moment, to get the Darth Maul skin. I'm grinding pretty hard. So I do, I have heaps of goals outside.
I think that's
stand-up.
90% of Keg's like goals as well.
Yeah.
The rest of our
As
employees.
a company,
I say 90% because I just knit scarves now, guys.
That's Meg's new thing.
That's my new thing. I knitted a scarf before, like a year ago or something like that. But recently I realized that I'm quite quick at it. So I'm knitting scarves.
What do other people do though? Like what do you want to do in life, Reese? Like I've been under the hot seat for a bit here.
What have you got a bucket?
Exactly, that's why we think in beers.
What's your bucket list?
I don't know. I don't really have one.
No, like
You don't want to like fuck over the Grand Canyon? Like
I think
what?
What?
Yeah, who would have that on their bucket list? That's crazy.
Sorry, when you first said that, I didn't even realize you meant like a sex thing. I thought you meant like somehow like get it and fuck it over. Like, yeah, I fucked over you, dumb Grand Canyon.
That's what I meant.
Right.
Yeah, you go and give it the finger and then you leave.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know. I
definitely
guess
what I
I want to look back on my life and go, wow, I did so much cool shit. But it's never like the immediate thing is not like, but you know, like next year, we're hoping to go to France to watch like our friend Jared in the Paralympics, right?
That's what I'm working towards.
Yeah, sure. Then we like, that'll be great.
Yeah.
But I don't have time to think about that.
Yeah.
Because I added a 9 p.m. show in Griffith and it's selling like dog shit. So please come.
On that note.
But you know what I mean? Like I just don't even like that stuff. As soon as the day comes when the UK tour is done and maybe Europe, I don't know, whatever's booked in is finished, then we'll get to Paris and I'll wake up that day and I'll be like, fuck, this is awesome. We're in Paris. And then I'll be like, Meg, who else was in Paris? And then
those lovely young lads.
yes. And then
I'm pretty sure that was the song, right?
yeah, I from memory, yeah. And then I'll be like, okay, this is so cool. There's the Eiffel Tower. Holy shit, my life's great. But
I've seen Emily in Paris, so.
But it's not a thing that I think of. Like it will not be a thing
Really?
I give any thought before then. No way.
I
won't have time.
I'm solely driven by having something to look forward to in the future. So I need in order for me to justify me working super hard, I have to have a thing like, okay, but I'm working really hard and I'm really tired, but I've got this coming in the future. So if I just work hard for this, 10 months.
Meg's a greyhound.
Driven by
France is the rabbit.
Yeah. Or like last year, Bali was. And then the year before that, I had this like massive spa day at almost the end of the tour. And I was like, everyone, I'm not working on this day. Like this is the one day that I'm going to have the whole day. And I just worked an entire year towards that. I'm a freak.
But I don't even.
So weird.
When I get to the nice thing, there's usually like, then it's like in Bali. We got to Bali. It was great. Super relaxing. But the whole time I was like, okay, now I've got to plan all these encore shows, the specials coming up. There's always like, I think maybe what I do need is, and this is maybe getting boring, but after this year's tour, Happy Hour, I'm going to tour in Australia and then overseas next year.
It's brand new show, separate to Cheers to That.
Yeah.
New show, not Cheers to That.
And I've been getting messages every day. The comedy special is not the show that I'm about to tour. I'm not a musician. I don't put out the album and then tell the same jokes. And I don't know what people think, but the amount of people go, I can't watch this special. Sorry, man. I've got tickets to see you in a month. Like,
they message me as well. They're like, hey, so your boyfriend didn't reply to my message, but I just thought I'd say again. And then they message the Luke and Meg account as well. And I'm like, oh my Lord. Sorry.
What I was saying, well, the goal is, I think once I maybe finish these next 2 years of touring, in 2025, I need to and this sounds fucked and it makes it sound like I'm having some existential crisis. I'm not.
No.
I just need to reassess where I'm at because I'm going to look back. I've spent since COVID, I've toured nonstop.
Yeah.
Literally even during COVID, we were touring.
Yeah, we
for the
haven't
second
stopped.
half of it. So I need to look at my life and hopefully then have a house. Hopefully then I'm in a place where I can go, cool. I got to look at the business that Jack and I run, which is Keg, right? We need to figure out how to make that business less reliant on me touring because currently that's where most of the money comes from, right? There's 9 people that work for us. We need to be like, how do these, how does Reese not die so he can buy his beers, right?
I love that you said, how does Reese not die?
Yeah.
Like you think his mum is going to if he can't pay,
You know what I mean?
then she's like, nah, Reese, fuck ya. You're dead.
I need to figure out what I want to do after 2025 and whether that's maybe have a year off touring relentlessly and maybe just go to New York for 3 months and get good at stand-up
get good at, oh my God.
Maybe I could try that.
You could try getting good at stand-up. How did we not think about this beforehand? That's what we're going to do.
Or maybe I want to do a travel show thing. I've always wanted to do I always grew up watching Hamish and Andy's Gap Year and stuff. I love doing stuff like that. Maybe I want to focus more on podcasts. Maybe, I don't know. But I think once the tour
the world is your oyster
finishes in the next 2 years, I will have ticked off so many of these current goals I have, do theatres in this country, Hopefully, I'm hoping it's going well.
Yeah.
Let's pray that people keep coming to shows.
Yes.
Then after that, I need to go, cool. Maybe now I can jump off a cliff.
I reckon.
You know what I mean?
I reckon just before we do the cliff jumping, we could become cow farmers. That's an idea.
Yeah, Meg really wants a dog and stuff.
Nah, that's my settle down phase.
Yeah, then we also need to assess how our lives are going to work.
No, I don't.
You know what I mean?
I don't have to think about that. I've still got years to think about that, okay?
But yeah.
Years. But in my settle down phase, which is TBA, and when I say TBA, that's years from now, I would like a dog. I would like a Highland cow, which for those of you who don't know what a Highland cow is, it's one of those big, giant, fluffy, really fluffy cows.
This reeks of a voice note you're going to send to the North Pole. But continue. I want an Xbox.
I want a silky, which is a chicken that has really soft feathers and it has a hat. And I think if I don't have kids, then I'll get another dog.
So my goals are like, blah, blah, blah. I want to tick all of these crazy things. You're like, I want a chicken wearing a hat. That's all I really want.
Yep. I just want a chicken wearing a hat.
I don't know. I do not give my brain maybe the time and space to think about. Isn't that sad? What I want. And
You don't have the time.
when I was driving home from Frankston, I was like, oh my God, I do nothing.
Yeah, but my brain runs at 1 billion miles an hour. And so your brain is like, what do I need to do next? Yours is like a checklist. This. And
But it's like next 2 years, I just have this checklist going.
Yeah, you got a giant checklist, right? I have a checklist, but then in between the checklist is just a bunch of scribbles everywhere of my thoughts. Cow, chicken wearing a hat, cliff jumping, blah, blah, blah. You know, Grand Canyon. All of this stuff is just woven into a checklist.
Yeah.
That's why my brain is so fuzzy.
Okay, well, that's good. No, I'm jealous. I'm envious. I actually have no idea. Like, what do normal people do? Because I feel like my work ethic, and this is sad, has infected the lives of people around me. In that moment there when you were like, I have no fucking idea what I want to do. When Reese said that, I was like, oh my God, he hasn't had a chance to think about it because he's just fucking in Gold Coast all the time with me.
No, but maybe
he's always in fucking Perth having Swan Draft on tap.
But maybe that's everyone. Maybe everyone really doesn't think about this stuff. They're very in the moment, impromptu stuff.
I used to think about this when I hated my job.
Like what you want to do?
Well, like just when I was in a position of maybe a place in life that I didn't want to be at, I used to think about aspiration. Like because I was never thinking about the job. I was always thinking outside of what I was currently doing.
Yeah.
Now I really like what I'm doing. I'm always thinking inside what I'm doing and never outside of that, which is the problem.
Well, but the inside is kind of you're making it sound like the inside is still small and you're like in a small mind. The inside is very big. That's why you can't see outside of it because it's you've got a lot going on.
But it's very like, and also I want to change the fact that my life at the moment, it's very me centric. It's very like self-involved in a sense that like Reese turns up to work every day, thank God. And goes like, what
Reese.
dumb shit does Luke need edited today?
Yeah.
It's like mostly about me.
Yeah.
Which is weird. And it kind of it was never the goal at the start. It was never like, I will have 7 people doing things for me all the time. Like it just became a thing.
Yeah. No, we've all got like lives still though.
So I think the goal will be to like ask everyone around me what they want to do. And then in the future, like, and then maybe like, how can we like all of us build this company to maybe like
be able to cater for what everyone wants to do?
Reese doesn't have to look at my face every day on her laptop. Maybe that could be a future for him because currently it's probably not a reality that he can even picture. Do you go to bed and like dream about me? Be honest.
Do you dream about work? But it's just Luke's face.
A stream of subtitles.
I think you look at me more than Meg does.
Yes. Yeah.
Probably.
Like it's weird.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing that I need to change. I think there will be people like me that like just don't really look ahead too much and are very focused on either their business or something hyper focused. But I also think what do normal people want to do? Like, give me ideas. Like, what should I put on my bucket list? Maybe I need to start assembling things I want to do.
On a bucket list.
I need to start making a bucket list, maybe.
And if you don't have time during the week, I and other people could just write a bunch of stuff down and then you can choose from the list.
Yeah, like can we in the comments on YouTube or like in our DMs, like what do normal people want to do? Like I get like, is it see Machu Picchu? Is it see the pyramids? Like I would like to do that stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
But only once. I can't see myself going to the pyramids and then rushing back.
Yeah.
And going, fuck, I want to see it again, the Sphinx.
That's not even on my bucket list.
Yeah. I do want to see the Great Wall of China, actually. I don't know why, but like it just looks...
You want to see it or walk on it?
I don't know. I just want to be like, oh, yeah.
That's a wall.
But then I'm also like that about everything. Like I'll see something that I'm like, yeah, that is what the photo looks like. It's like when we saw Big Ben or like the Tower Bridge. I was like, oh, yeah, it's in Spider-Man.
You've seen the Sphinx before?
Oh, yeah? North Geelong.
Yeah.
the Sphinx Hotel.
I've
done a gig there,
y'all
actually.
can't just start with you've seen the Sphinx before.
Yeah, I went to Cairo once in North Geelong. There's a pub that has the Sphinx head on the top. And when I spoke to the manager, I was like, why do you have a massive Sphinx on your pub? And he was like, oh, you know, like the pokies, right? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, yeah, I want it to be like that. but like on the pub. And I was like, dude, dream bigger.
But
He's like, yeah, I had a mate who builds theme parks, so he came on down and he whipped us up. Great venue, get down.
good. Yeah,
Anyway, that's the end of the podcast.
it's been long. I'm so sorry.
Thanks for tuning in. If you're still listening past the existential crisis, let us know what you want to do.
Bloody good on ya.
Give me some ideas.
Yeah.
And don't say like play Madison Square Garden because that's all I'm thinking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Might be an unpopular opinion. I don't like comedy in arenas.
I saw Jimmy Carr in an arena during the week.
Yeah. I just don't think it's as personal. I think comedy, you have to be able to get an entire room, and for you to be able to connect with an entire stadium of people and make them feel like they're also connecting with you, it's just like impossible.
He was very good at it. Jimmy's crowd work is phenomenal, obviously. That's the thing I was most impressed with because like...
in a stadium.
Yeah, it's hard to do crowd work in big rooms. I find it even more challenging in theatres than in clubs. Yeah. And because you have to repeat what everyone says, but he's so natural at it. Obviously been doing it for like...
He's been doing it for ages.
Years. But he's all right. He's good in an arena because he does jokes.
Yeah.
Like almost even simple jokes. Like they're great jokes, but I mean like they're...
Yeah,
he just
everyone
does, like,
can understand
real
them.
pullback and reveals, like classic misdirections. Like, and then he, you know... And you know what else works in a big room? Jim Jeffries, like storytelling, comedy works in a arena because you just have to be invested in the story.
I'm not a big fan.
It's not a great way to spectate
giant
comedy.
rooms, like, and seeing comedy, but each to their own.
Are you doing an arena in Townsville?
No, well, it's a mere 4,000 seater.
Well, technically yes, but it's not like an arena in the sense like it's small. It's where they play the NBL in Townsville, so it's like a basketball court with stands. So it is an arena, but it's not like a, you know, it's not 10,000 people.
Not like Eddie had.
It's like a few thousand people, and I don't think I'll fill it either. So it's like it'll be like fenced off at the sides. You know what I mean? So it might look like I don't know what it'll look like, but yeah, that one is the biggest one I'm doing, and then we are doing an arena in Hamilton,
Glowbox Arena,
which is not announced, so I didn't say that. But yeah, I don't think I'll feel that either because we did like the small room at that one this year. It was like 800 people in the small room.
Yeah. They're a loose crowd though, so
yeah, anyway.
You know what? As long as they have alcohol there, they'll be right.
But I think it's a thing that like it'll be fun to do a couple of times and then I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll like it.
I'm excited. I'm very excited for this year.
Maybe I'll be like, I'm an arena comedian now. I only do arenas.
Yeah.
So
I only sell merch.
All right, we need to end this.
Yes, sorry.
Thank you for listening.
Yes.
Turn up this weekend for Mother's Day.
Ooh, it almost went back onto the wind down.
Didn't.
But it didn't. All right, turn it up. Yay. Go.
And if you're a mum listening, hey, happy Mother's Day.
Bloody
Sunday.
Mother's Day. I doubt that we have any mums. But
I reckon we'd have a few.
You think so?
Yeah.
Wow, we literally hit the mum market. That is pretty cool. Anyway, bye.
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 Bye.